fiddling around on my guitar, drinking my coffee. Got another Hershey's cup here. Picked it up in Pennsylvania when I went on a road trip. Over there by the Martin Guitar Factory. It was a lot of fun. Anyways, I wanted to talk today about the D major 7th chord. Now, yesterday, if you look back at the videos, there's an A major 7th chord video. And take a listen to that video because it does spend a little time going over how I finger pick. Just kind of gives a quick synopsis of how that's done so that you know what I'm doing right now as well. But A major 7th is what we focused on. And as you remember, right, it was up here in the first position. It looks kind of like a triangle or an upside down D. Yeah. And so we talked about how that chord fits in with other chords, how you might use it. It was kind of fun. So if you want to learn that, it's actually pretty simple once you go through the chord positions and how they work. So, but today I wanted to focus a little bit more on a different chord. It was a D major 7th. Seems to me that if this is the A major 7th, you should be able to slide up, which you can, so that your your pointer finger is at the 6th fret. And yeah, that's part of the D major 7th chord right there. And you could use it as in a pinch if you needed it and had a hard time, with the formation or the way that I'm going to show you to make it. It is an alternative. It just doesn't have all the elements. To me, it needs a little more, okay? And so I want to show you this chord done differently so that you can pull more into it, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to keep that same formation, but you're going to use different fingers. You're going to take your middle finger and put it on the 6th fret, 3rd string from the bottom, string number 3. We're going to count this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's string number 3. Your ring finger is going to go to string number 4, right? Because we're counting from the bottom, 4, 7th fret. And your pinky finger is going to stay on the 7th fret, but it's going to be on the 2nd string. Okay, there it is. That's the formation. Same one we just played this way. Except now we're playing it this way. Same one. You could play it that way down here too, I suppose, but we're doing it this way up here. So take your pointer finger now and on the 2nd string, or the 5th string, if you're counting from the bottom, be at the 5th fret. That's a D, which we're making a D major 7th, so there's the root. There it is right there. And that is the D major 7th chord. So it seems to me if we slide back 2 frets, it should be a C major 7th, which it is. Slide back up 2 frets, D major 7th. Excuse me. So practice that. You have to practice it over and over again until you get comfortable with it. Maybe sliding back and forth. Okay, so the next chord I want to remind you of is from yesterday, and it was the B minor 7th. So I'll put the chord chart up there. But basically, you're going to take your pointer finger, put it at the 7th fret on the low E, skip the A string, which is the next string down, and then put your middle finger on the next string over, which is a D string. You're at the 7th fret, and then you're going to take your middle finger, or your ring finger, lay it down next to it, and then you're going to take your pinky finger and lay it down next to it. So they're all in a row, just like you were doing an A chord. Okay, except you're going to pick up the bass note or the B with your pointer finger. That's B minor 7th. Don't play those other strings that are the second string over, and don't play the E string. Just, you notice I'm picking thumb, 3 fingers dedicated to these strings. Or you can do them together, pinch it. Okay? So we got D major 7th, B minor 7th, C major 7th, back to D major 7th. They sound pretty good, don't they? So let's slide up again. D major 7th, same position. Slide up that same formation till your pointer finger is at the 10th fret. Guess what? That's the G major 7th. That's really sweet. B minor 7th, C major 7th. G goes with a D, right? When we play D and G and A, they go really good together because it's the 1-4-5. You hear that 1-4-5. What in the world is that? Well, just take your hands and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then consider the thumb, the root note, which in this case is D. So D, E, F, G. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is G, right? You notice what I just did? Was I've numbered these fingers 1 through 5. This is 5 over here. This is 4. And then I put my root note here and do my alphabet up. So we got D, E, F, G. So what was that? That was the 4 finger. And 5 would be A, right? So the 4 is G, the 5 is A. So that's 1-4-5. That's how we got that, okay? And you can do 1-4-5, 1-4-6. You can do 1-3-5. I mean, there's all kinds of when they're talking, but that's what they're doing is they're counting on their fingers or their toes or something. All right, so the 1-4-5 with a D would be D, G, and A. So that's probably why that D major 7th and that G major 7th sound so sweet together. So what would happen if we throw an A in there? So let's try it. There's the A. So that sounded good. In fact, I know you're probably going, what did you just do? That's not an A, this is an A. Yeah, that's an A, but if you think about it, if you take the F chord, that formation for F, slide it up 2 frets, you got G, slide it up 2 more frets, you got A. And because it sounds sweet, it's a little higher register, plus it's close to what I'm working on. Major 7th, A, C major 7th, D major 7th. All right. Well, I'm going to leave you with that. I know it's a lot, and you got to get your fingers to make a formation that is going to feel uncomfortable at first. But if you keep working at it, eventually, I don't care how old your fingers are, like mine, eventually I've noticed that I do get it. I get it after a while. Sometimes it feels like my fingers are trying to do a pretzel or something. But if you keep working at it and look for ways to position your hand, watch where you put your thumb. You know, you can't make this chord with your thumb up here. It's got to be behind. Okay, so you got to find that place. Let your thumb be fluid when you're playing. Let it be able to move about. Sometimes it will peek up over the horizon, but a lot of times you have to have, if you're having trouble, check to see where your thumb's at. Maybe it's causing a problem. And if it's causing a problem, try a different position. in many cases is putting behind, see that? And letting this relax. And it makes it easier, okay? And you'll find if you keep working at it, eventually your hand will go right to it. It just, I don't know why, but something happens and the brain connects with the fingers and it just does it automatically. It becomes a habit, I guess. All right. Well, I hope you have a great day. Wherever you are out there, get yourself a good cup of coffee and enjoy.